Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Monday. Welcome to the Unapologetically Unstoppable live show. And I'm so excited for you to be with me today. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 fixes to instantly reduce team confusion. Okay, now if your team is slacking you every 10 minutes, can't find the files they need, or keep asking you for the next steps, you don't have a people problem. You have a system problem. In this episode, I'm giving you 3 quick fixes that we covered in last week's Scale Without Chaos challenge that will instantly reduce your team confusion and give you back your CEO brain space. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is create a start here folder in your digital headquarters. Last week we talked about what a digital headquarters is. So if you haven't signed up for the challenge, go ahead and sign up for that at scalewithoutchaoschallenge.com. Scalewithoutchaoschallenge.com and get on the wait list for the next one, which will be next month. Okay, so create that start here folder. So that way, it's one folder that every team member can go to first. It has login information in it. It's got the team roster. It's got an org chart. It's got the current priorities. Also, what you could really do is name it Start Here, Don't Skip. Start here, don't skip. Because we all like to skip the start here, right? Let's think back to the old days when you were downloading things from the internet, when the internet was new, and you'd get a start here file text document teaching you how to use the file or the folder or the whatever you downloaded. No, just me. Just me. That's okay. Cue the nerd sounds. Nerd alert, right? So, like, I want you guys to create this folder so that your team knows exactly where to start, what to do, and they can look at their team priorities, their specific priorities, what the goal is for the week every week. Do you need to have a meeting every week? Not necessarily. Not if you're spelling out what the priorities are. Most of that stuff can be an email, right? But you don't want them slacking you every second, because that is, you're stopping. As the CEO, you're stopping. You're like, oh, I got to put out this fire. Oh, I got to put out this fire. And you're not empowering your people to do what they need to do in your own ecosystem. That's the whole point of being a CEO. When you're at that multi six figure level, you don't have time to be doing all those things unless you want burnout. Like, literally, unless you want to burn out, you do not have time at the level that you're at now to talk to every contractor that you have and tell them exactly what to do. You need to show them how to help themselves. Show them where the things are in your ecosystem, right? And that's one thing that we talked about heavily last week in the Scale Without Chaos challenge. Okay. Number 2, use one task manager and commit to it. What is a task manager, Nat? It is your ClickUp, your Asana, your whatever that is, right? But everything goes into that, and that is all we're using. We're not using Slack as a to-do list. We're using ClickUp. We're using Asana. We're using Notion. We're using Monday. We're using the tool as it's created to, and we're not putting everything in Slack. Because if we put everything in Slack or an email, those things get lost. Let's be real. I can't tell you how many emails I've already gotten this morning. And this is my main email box. This is not like the junk one where all the marketing stuff goes to. So when we're doing that and we're using the tools as they're created, and we're not using Skype or Slack or whatever communication program that you're using is, then people, where things are going. You know how things are happening. And this is a big tip. Only put one person as the owner, as the assigned person. Don't put you and somebody else unless you're going to be doing that task. Don't put you on there. You can be a watcher, but do not put you as assigned to that task. Don't do it. Because when you're assigned to that task, you get all the notifications and all the things, and that is not something as the CEO you need to be doing. You need to step out of the doing. This is the step out of the doing part of your business. Otherwise, you're not going to scale to that multi six seven-figure mark. You might have got there by grinding. Look, I hear you. I didn't see you. You might have got there by grinding, but we're not grinding anymore. We're not going to grind our way to seven figures. It's impossible. Okay. This is when we really need to have those systems in place. We really need to have a well oiled machine inside of our business. And we really need to have boundaries and limitations on different things like communication. Okay. Everything that goes into those tools needs to have a due date. If you don't have somebody to help you with that, put a due date in there. I don't care what the due date is. Put a due date in there. Yes. Okay. And then create a weekly CEO report template. Okay. This will help your team give you all the things you need. It's almost like a weekly briefing. What did you do? What was blocked? What do they need from you? Right? So like I need to know what you did every week. What did you do? What did you accomplish? Okay, are we on track with everything? Cool. What is being blocked? Why can't you do what you need to do? Is it something that I need to create? Is it something that you need to create? Is it something that you need an answer from that you haven't got an answer from? Right? What do they need from you? Sometimes it's guidance. Sometimes it's they need you to create something. Sometimes it's who knows what, right? So this needs to be something that they're sending to you every week. In the military, we used to call this a war report, WAR, weekly action report. So every week we would fill out this war and we would send it to our boss. So that way he knew what was going on, how things were happening. And this is the same type of thing. We work in a very agile environment here on the internet, right? So we need to be limber and being able to do all the things that we need to do while also keeping track of our team and making sure that our team is also being able to be as limber as possible to do the things that they need to do, right? So I need you to make this template in either Google Docs or ClickUp or whatever your project management tool is, right? So that way they can send it to you, and then that is due a reoccurring task in ClickUp or Asana or Notion or whatever, Monday, whatever you use, a reoccurring task every week for them to fill out and send to you. I don't care if they're a contractor. I don't care if they're a W-2. You need to know what the people you're paying are doing in your business, right? So I just want to make this real quick, simple podcast episode today because I want to get your wheels turning. I want you to be in the room for the next Scale Without Chaos Challenge. So go to scalewithoutchaoschallenge.com and sign up. Like the last one just wrapped up. We're having prizes coming through in about an hour or two. And I just want to tell you that the breakthroughs were wild. The things they got done were wild. This was not just a learning challenge. This was an implementation challenge. Their businesses are literally transformed, and I want yours to be transformed too. So go ahead, hop on the wait list. Scalewithoutchaoschallenge.com. Get on the wait list, and trust me, not only will your future self thank you, your future employees, your future contractors, and your future seven-figure business will thank you. So I'll see you guys all over in the Scale Without Chaos Challenge next month. Talk to you soon. Bye.